it's really not that much to ask.
Tonight, Mask Up Duluth. A mandate goes into effect tomorrow after the mayor enacted her emergency powers.
Following that decision, local establishments are reacting as some prepare to adjust how their businesses run.
And the Big Lake has little ice. We're hearing from experts about the record low ice coverage on Lake Superior.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. Thanks for joining us. Less than 24 hours from now, you'll be required to wear a mask inside public places in Duluth again.
That's after Mayor Emily Larson enacted her emergency powers today. The new mandate will start at 5 tomorrow night, and it will last 30 days. It applies to any indoor public place, including businesses, restaurants, and entertainment or recreation facilities in Duluth. Kids under 5 and child care providers are exempt.
You'll remember Duluth City Councilors voted against declaring a health emergency 7-2 on Monday. The vote had to be unanimous. But the council also voted to support Larson enacting her emergency powers. Today, she defended her decision to do so. Larson says she consulted with the governor's office and health leaders, who all say masks are one of the best tools we have to slow the spread of COVID and help our overwhelmed hospital workers.
What I'm here to do is create public policy that supports public health. I understand that it will bump into the choices that you would like to make with the freedoms that you have, and we are still being implored upon by public health safety experts who are asking us to do this.
Hospital workers backed up Mayor Larson today. Dr. Nick Van Deelen said with St. Luke says 162 employees were out today, and more than half of them have COVID. He says high transmission rates are stopping hospital workers from being able to care for you.
But we do have this effective tool, the mask, that we can all do. It's a small thing. It protects you, it protects our friends and our neighbors. Most importantly, it protects those around us who are most vulnerable.
St. Louis County health leaders say 70 to 75% of their COVID cases right now are in the Duluth area. Again, Duluth's mask mandate for indoor public places goes into effect tomorrow night at 5.
As businesses from West Duluth to Lakeside prepare for the city's mask mandate to go into effect, some are speaking their minds about the new rule.
CBS 3's Quinn Gorham heard from some of those businesses today. Quinn, how are they getting ready for the start of the mandate tomorrow?
Well, Briggs, for some, this mandate could mean big changes to how they conduct their business. But for others, the mask rules never really changed. Either way, it's clear businesses across Duluth are split on how they feel. Thursday, the city of Duluth announced a citywide indoor mask mandate. For some businesses like At Sarah's Table, Chester Creek Cafe, the move makes perfect sense.
I don't have any emotional feelings about the issue, and I don't have any political feelings about the issue. It's just a straightforward thing of trying to reduce contagion.
Carla Bloomberg, a partner with At Sarah's Table, says they've had their own mask mandate since the start of the pandemic. She says it's rare, but they have received backlash for that requirement in the past, something that's created problems for her customers. Now, with the city's mandate, she feels businesses like hers can finally take a breath of fresh air.
They can't blame us personally, and that's what they do. They blame us personally.
Not every business has had the same approach. Across town at Uncle Louie's Cafe, Debbie Strop is preparing to implement a mask mandate for the first time since last year. She worries it could take away from local business.
And all it's going to do now is send them to Superior or Cloquet or Hermantown because there are no mask mandates anywhere around us.
Strop believes people can do their part to slow the spread in other ways.
If you are fully vaccinated and you are comfortable going into public places, then you shouldn't have to be masked.
As for Bloomberg, she believes there comes a time for the city to look out for the greater good.
If your personal goal is just to have the freedom to not wear a mask, but it doesn't make sense to me because your personal goal ought to be people not getting sick.
During today's announcement, Mayor Larson urged anyone upset with the rule to take their frustration out on her, not the businesses that are just doing their job enforcing that rule.
So, Quinn, are both those businesses you talked with planning to enforce the mandate?
Yeah, Briggs, regardless of their personal views on the matter, both businesses say they'll respect the rules of the city. The city says they, too, will be enforcing that mandate. They set up an email address where people can send in concerns about non-compliance. We have that information on our website.
All right, CBS3's Quinn Gorham reporting live for us in the newsroom tonight. Thank you, Quinn.
We also asked Superior's mayor if he's considering a mask mandate. In a statement, Mayor Jim Payne said he's relying on scientific data and expert guidance from the Douglas County Health Department. He says if they recommend taking action, he will continue to follow their advice. Payne also encouraged people to get vaccinated.
Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, sounds like some of us are under a wind chill advisory tonight.
Yeah, the warm spell of the past couple of days is going away. Colder air is coming in. At the same time, a low pressure system is grazing us, so we'll have a chance for some snow and a chance for some cold. The folks affected by the wind chill advisory will be those on the tip of the Arrowhead, inland parts of Lake County and all of Cook County in Minnesota. That's in effect until 10 o'clock Friday morning, and the feels like temperatures could go as cold as 35 below. The actual air temps could drop towards 15 below. So indeed, the cold air is coming back. And just in case you're a late season boater thinking you're going to take a boat ride tonight, you'll see the shoreline of Lake Superior has a small craft advisory. So not advisable this time around. Here's the upper Midwest picture, and that low pressure system to the east brought us a dusting of snow earlier today. Now the other low pressure system coming in likely will bring another dusting with slightly higher totals possible right by the lake. For the most part, that low is going to the south and missing our region. So our short-term forecast says 40% chance for light snow tonight, low of 2 above in the Twin Ports. 15 the high for Friday with a 50% chance for light snow. I'll talk about what light actually means with the snow total map coming up in just a couple of minutes. And we'll talk about also how long this cool down is going to stick around.
Thanks, Dave. One of Minnesota's largest school districts will be moving to online learning. Minneapolis Public Schools will be going virtual for 2 weeks as the district deals with significant staffing shortages during the Omicron surge. District officials made the call after 400 teachers stayed home Tuesday and Wednesday. That's double what they normally see in the winter months. The Osseo, Rochester, Prior Lake, and Shakopee school districts have also gone virtual. In Minneapolis, distance learning starts tomorrow and will last through January 31st.
One day after Minnesota's governor announced major funding for state hospitals, today he announced money for COVID-19 testing centers. Governor Tim Walz says $40 million in new pandemic-related funding will go directly to purchasing rapid tests and getting them into the hands of Minnesotans as quickly as possible. The hope is to keep expanding COVID-19 testing resources statewide.
We asked the federal government, FEMA, to help us with another federal site for testing. We don't have an answer yet on that, but I'm hopeful we'll be able to get that.
The funding comes from $500 million allotted to the state for the pandemic relief. That's all from the American Rescue Plan.
The spread of the virus jumped to a new level of concern in Wisconsin today. All 72 of the state's counties have reached critically high levels of coronavirus transmission for the first time. Almost 2.5% of Wisconsinites tested positive in the past 2 weeks. Hospitalizations also hit a new high. To combat this spike, Governor Tony Evers announced his plan to train National Guard members to be certified nursing assistants. Evers emphasized how versatile the National Guard has been during the pandemic fight.
We've seen time and time again that the Wisconsin National Guard is indispensable and can stand up to our most pressing challenges.
Evers estimates the first round of trainees will open 200 or more hospital beds by the end of February.
Also in Wisconsin, alcohol-related deaths rose 25% in 2020. A nonpartisan policy forum released that data today, and it shows just under 1,100 Wisconsin residents died of alcohol-related causes. That's up from 865 deaths in 2019. The definition of alcohol-related deaths does not include deaths caused by drunken driving or alcohol-fueled violence. The report speculates that the increase in deaths may be because of the higher rates of binge drinking and the state's history of high alcohol consumption.
The DNR wants to hear from you about the proposed reroute for Enbridge Line 5.
The department is hosting a virtual hearing about the draft environmental impact statement for that project. The department is hosting that hearing on the reroute of Line 5 which Enbridge is hoping to do off of the Bad River Reservation. The new 41-mile route goes through Ashland, Bayfield, and Iron counties. The hearing is Wednesday, February 2nd at 4 p.m. on Zoom. You can sign up to attend or send in written comments to the Wisconsin DNR.
Still to come on Live Local, CBS3 will have more on the record low levels of ice on Lake Superior.
Today's high temperature, 28 degrees, 8 degrees above the normal of 20. But the warm spell is over. Already some towns are going back below zero overnight tonight. Will that continue much into the weekend, or will it break by Sunday? There's a couple theories on that. We'll talk about them coming up after our break.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Anthony Matt.
Having a newborn baby provides the opportunity to learn many new things: when to feed them, how to clothe them, and how to ensure they get restful sleep. With an abundance of information out there, here's some tried and true ways to make sure your newborn gets the restful sleep they need so parents can too. With the hustle and bustle and all the changes that come with having a new baby, many parents long for those quiet moments when baby is resting peacefully. Dr. Jonathan Knight, a pediatrician at Essentia Health, explains the best ways to ensure the safest sleep for your bundle of joy.
Best way to put infants to bed is in their own safe sleeping space, so like a crib or a bassinet. Ideally should be in the parent's or caregiver's room, as close to the bed as possible.
The mattress should be firm with a fitted crib sheet and no extra things in the crib like toys, blankets, and crib bumpers that could pose a risk to the child.
Just making sure that you always put your child to bed on their back. They can be swaddled until they're about to roll. And as long as there's no extra things in the surface of the crib, you're doing a good job.
Things to avoid with your newborn include laying them on their stomach until they're old enough to roll over and co-sleeping with them.
It really reduces the risk of sudden infant death syndrome in children under 3 months.
Establishing good habits early and often can also lead to long-term benefits for both the parent and the child.
Safe sleep is that if you have a really good routine, over time, this will really improve the quality of sleep of both the parent and the child. Kids really learn really well when there's a lot of good routines in place.
Other things that have proven to be beneficial are pacifiers, sleeping with some background noise on like a fan, and immunizations.
To learn more about this or other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Hill Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch the CBS3 Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning. The CBS3 Car Wash Forecast is sponsored by Miller Hill Car Wash. Only on Live Local CBS3.
You can have a great time out at Fond Duluth and get paid for it. From frontline customer service to something more technical, your new career could be right in downtown Duluth. Stop in during business hours or go to our website to find job listings and apply.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
CBS3 News is brought to you by Fond du Lac Casino. CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lake Superior College. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, we had a low pressure system start to track through the area last night, and it did deliver about a half-inch of snow to a few towns. That, of course, has knocked the roads down for a couple of communities here in our region. That region is mostly the Iron Ranges up towards the Canadian border, and also Highway 1 going out of Ely and heading down towards Silver Bay, going through places like Isabella and Finland too. So bottom line is, in that neck of the woods, do travel cautiously. The roads aren't horrible, but there are some scattered slippery spots from the snow that fell. And towards the UP, there's a little bit of that lingering too once you get towards Mercer, and get out of the Odena area and start heading towards Hurley and for Ironwood. Tomorrow, we could have a follow-up of light snow coming around because of another low-pressure system following on the heels of that one. But the big body of that low is going to miss us. Others will get big snow, and we'll just get a little. We'll show you how much a little means here after this look at our current conditions. It's 14 at the airport, mostly cloudy sky, but no snow showers yet. 30 to 50% chance your town will get some as the night goes on. Wind right now is north 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity is 74%. And the wind chill factor here in the Twin Ports, thanks to that northerly wind, is 5 above. It feels like 5 above for bearskin out there. But again, in the Arrowhead tonight, Cook and Lake counties, it could feel like 35 below as colder air comes in with this second low pressure system. So we'll have a chance for snow and a better chance for cold. And the cool down's already coming up north. 7 above from International Falls to Orr, 9 above in Ely, 7 up the Gunflint Trail. Still fairly mild from Two Harbors down to Moose Lake, though, with 16 to 23 there. And in northern Wisconsin, we're running about 19 in Superior to 25 in Hayward, and towards the UP, about 18 to 20. Could go below zero indeed for the Arrowhead here tonight, and the snow chance, as clouds filter in, bumps up to a range of 30 to 50%, as we mentioned here. And that's in conjunction with the second of 2 low pressure systems. There's the first leaving our area. Here's the second that's going to take a dive to the south and miss us for the most part. So our snow totals tomorrow, maybe thanks to lake influence, we could have 2 to 4 inches for the North Shore and the South Shore through parts of the UP. A trace to an inch for the rest of us. Then that'll be followed with our low pressure system, of course, moving down and out of our area, and cooler air from the Arctic taking over, at least for Saturday. Sunny and cool for Saturday, but a new low could already bring back a chance for light snow on Sunday. So here's our forecast tonight. Minnesota low temps go from 15 below inland to 8 by the lake above, with a 40% chance for the light snow. 30% shot for Wisconsin, Michigan. Low temps there, 1 to 5 above. So the cool down has come and the warm spell is over. Tomorrow's Wisconsin, Michigan high temps, roughly around 15 above. 30% chance for light snow in that neck of the woods. 50% chance for the light snow in Minnesota, with highs from 5 inland to 19 by the lake. Extended forecast shows the cool down continues through Saturday with sunshine. Then it gets cloudier and a little bit warmer on Sunday with a chance for light snow. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, high of 20 above after a start of 10 is not bad for that holiday. Then the rest of the week, we start to see another Arctic outbreak come our way, especially by next Thursday. Even here in the Twin Ports, we could drop to 15 below.
Thanks, Dave. We're about halfway through January. Hard to believe that. And we're seeing a lot more water out on the big lake than usual for this time of year.
Right now, ice coverage on Lake Superior is lower than average, and some experts expect this to continue through the rest of the winter. CBS 3's meteorologist Bo Fogel explains why.
When we have a big lake, it's harder for the lake to freeze because water is more dense than land. So temperatures need to be colder for a longer period of time for the water to convert over to ice. And looking at the current sea level temperatures, you can see temperatures are still warmer. You need temperatures to be more in the northern part of Lake Superior, where they're much cooler. They're down to freezing, but everybody else is still above freezing. So we're going to continue to see this kind of weather in the next couple of days, unfortunately. So if you're wanting to go ice fishing, it doesn't look like anytime soon we're going to see something like that. Lake Superior ice concentration, it's high along the shores due to the fact that land is less dense than water, so it's quicker for the ice to form. But then especially up north, right there, that's where the best ice is. But unfortunately, with the warmer temperatures, this is going to continue on being a problem. And the average ice cover is well below average. This is what we're supposed to be at right now, and you can see it is much lower than the seasonal average. Now, Dr. Gia Wayne of the Great Lakes Environmental Research Lab says while it hasn't been that cold yet this winter, he also says what happens in the summer affects the winter.
Last year is much warmer, but this year is still warm because the impact, the lasting impact from last year's low ice cover and turned to be warmer summer water temperature. The warmer summer temperature extend all the way to now.
Now, Wayne also says several other factors contribute to the warmer winters, include El Niños, La Niñas, as well as the location of jet streams. With how challenging forecasting for the maximum ice coverage is, Wayne anticipates the maximum coverage will still be lower than average through the rest of this winter. And coming up tonight at 10, I talked to a local business owner who is suffering from the warmer winter and how he's adjusting to the lack of ice. I'll have full details coming up tonight at 10.
All right, thanks, Bo. Well, Duncan joins us now for a look at what's going on in sports. Speaking of ice, huh?
Well, yeah, we're staying on it once again. UMD men and women continue to send athletes to the Olympics. We will tell you about which national teams they are joining.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
I'll lead the way.
There's always something new under the sun.
Oh, you just put me in a good mood.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
When you have a faculty and a group of people in a school that care about me and want me to succeed in life, it really increases your self-confidence, your enthusiasm about school, and that's LSC.
Reliable starts here at Interstate Battery in Superior, Wisconsin. Shop our wide variety of car, AAA, phone, key, and sealed lead-acid batteries. Find the right battery right away with the help of our expert staff. Visit us today at 426 John Avenue in Superior.
Get organized with a Designer's Image wooden closet system at Menards. They are great for hanging clothes and storing accessories. Save big money on Designer's Image wooden closet systems. Whether you need a spot for extra storage or want to add an accent to your living space, Dakota has the shelf for you. Keep your home neat and tidy and save big money on Dakota shelving right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's that time of the year when we all want a transformation. First we hit the gym, then we try to diet. How about a makeover that will actually last? A bath makeover from Bath Planet. In 2022, we are offering a free premium color upgrade, 2 free accessories, plus no interest, no payments, and nothing down until 2023. So skip the gym and the diet and call Bath Planet or go online to book your appointment today. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Hi, Russell Nicolay, Nicolay Law Office. If you've been seriously injured, we can help. For the last 14 years, my office has been helping folks like you and holding insurance companies accountable. My award-winning legal team can help you and your family. Remember, if you've been injured, get Nicolay. We win or you don't pay.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
I got into journalism when I was in high school, actually, and that's where I really fell in love with the news and the storytelling aspect of it. Being able to bring those things together and keep people informed. It's so important for us to be in a community like Duluth, to be able to hear your stories and then bring them to everybody else in the community.
Watch Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. It's time for live local CBS3 sports with Duncan Goldberg.
The UMD hockey programs continue to flex their muscles in recent weeks, and today the news got a whole lot bigger as Bulldogs senior captain Noah Cates was named to Team USA for this year's Beijing Winter Olympics. Cates was invited to Team USA last week and decided he was ready to compete for the red, white, and blue. The senior forward has been fantastic for the Dogs with a total of 34 goals and 55 assists throughout his career. But the news isn't all good. Cates could miss significant time while he's away, with the games possibly lasting from February 3rd through the 20th, and could also deal with COVID protocols in China if he contracts the virus. But playing for Team USA under hockey's brightest lights was just too great of an opportunity to turn down.
It's not about him playing and having that opportunity to go play for his country and play in the Olympics, which is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, maybe. Maybe it's more for a guy like that now that he's younger. But it was kind of that getting stuck over there, right? And how is it going to be? And again, you know what? After you think about it, it really doesn't matter. That's the world we live in. It's a great opportunity. If he goes over there and it happens, so be it. So be it. But you can't deny that.
Cates does have experience with USA Hockey from back in his time at World Juniors. Over the summer, UMD forward turned defenseman Ashton Bell made the decision to centralize with Hockey Canada, stepping away from the Bulldogs this year to chase her Olympic dreams without the promise of a roster spot. Well, that call paid off this week. Bell was named to Team Canada's Olympic women's hockey team after a year of preparation and hard work. Bell joins former Bulldog Jocelyn Larocque, who will also represent Canada's blue line in Beijing.
Just so thankful for the Bulldog program and the family we have there that have helped me get to where I am today. And especially Lou, I called her. She was my first call after I found out the news. We shared a pretty special moment. We were both crying, and she was just so proud of me. And I definitely owe a lot of my success to her, as she helped me make that transition to D and went out of her way to help me accomplish my dreams. So.
Bell added that she plans to come back to Duluth for her final year of eligibility next season. There were two other former Bulldogs that made Olympic rosters today. Katrina Mrazova from the Czech Republic and Laura Standler will play for the Swiss Olympic team. Current UMD goaltender Emma Soderberg is still awaiting word on her spot on the Swedish team as well, but got to think that's going to be happening. Back to the UMD men's hockey team, where it is officially time to get going after being ranked as the top team in the nation. The Bulldogs have lost 5 of 6 and have dropped to the 7th team in the country. This weekend, they'll be back on the ice taking on 4-15-1 Miami of Ohio Redhawks.
We're trying to get into playoff mode right now, so come March, April, we're already full stride, ready to go. So that I don't want to say it's do or die, where we're so focused on winning and losing. We're really focused on just doing the right things right now and kind of getting back to the way we were playing, not necessarily focusing on the result, more of the process.
Thursday night face-off tonight as well, so more hockey fix for everybody else.
Just what we need.
Yep,
Thanks, Duncan. Well, tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, with Duluth mayor enforcing a mask mandate, we are reaching out to other cities across the region to find out where they stand on the issue. Tonight, we'll hear from city leaders in Hermantown and Bayfield who voiced their concerns about mask mandates in their cities.
Dave, some of us seeing a cold night tonight.
Yeah, cold, and some of us have a chance for some snow. So let's start by taking a look at the maps here for the next couple of days. And we start with the wind chill advisory tonight for the tip of the Arrowhead in Minnesota through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Could feel like 35 degrees below zero. For the rest of us, the forecast holds a bit of a cool down as well, but also a chance for some snow. A chance for some snow that's coming up right now to say a 50-50 shot for light stuff on Friday, followed by sunshine, easing our way in, at least for Saturday.
Thanks for joining us.